So if you're watching this video, you're probably still complaining of tennis elbow and still having that pain in this top area of the arm. What we're going to do is we're going to go over a few other stretches, exercises, and things you can do to help with tennis elbow. We're going to first make sure on the stretches that we're doing them correctly and that we're putting a little bit more emphasis at getting to the end range of motion, because that's where a lot of the healing is going to take place when you're doing these movements, just at that end range of motion. Really important to do the full range of motion on these particular stretches. So one of the most important stretches that we showed in a previous video was flexion of the wrist. And you can do that. And you see, I'm going as far as I can. I'm curling the fingers, which I'm going to feel it even more. Then you can provide a little bit of pressure, overpressure to the wrist joint. And that's going to stretch the muscles, the extensor muscles, even a little more. Okay. So that's another stretch, making sure that you're getting that full range of motion and you're putting a little pressure in at the end. All right, that's important. The other thing to do when you're coming up and you're doing extension like this, like we had discussed in the other video, you want to come up and you can actually try to bring your fingers apart and bring your wrist as far back as you can. You can actually stretch and put a little bit more pressure going this way as well. So we're going to use a band, a therapy tubing, actually, to do strengthening of the extensor muscles in the forearm here. And what we're going to do, we have this band, and I'm going to provide a link to each one of the products that we use today in the description, and they are affiliate links, and there's a small commission that I may receive as a result of sales of these products. But these are products we use in our office. So what you're going to do is step on that tubing. You're going to pull the handle up slightly about the wrist height. You're going to stabilize the arm right above the wrist area, and then you're going to bring that wrist up and hold it for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Make sure you're stabilizing the wrist like this. Bring it down. You're really feeling that tension in that tubing. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Typically, my patients will do this about 10 repetitions. However, if you're getting a lot more pain and the pain levels are going up to a 7 or 10, it's important not to overdo it on these type of stretching, because you can re-injure the area. So be mindful of anything that you see or do on the internet without seeing a doctor, chiropractor, physical therapist, a health provider. You might actually cause more injury to the area. So these are stretches to be done, and if you experience a worsening of the condition over a period of time, I highly recommend that you see a healthcare provider. The next thing that we do is like the towel twist exercise. This is a TheraBand flex bar, and we're going to grab this and we're going to squeeze and rotate the hand going forward like this, squeeze, and we're going to bring this hand, rolling it forward like that to strengthen these muscles. This is going to be providing a little bit more resistance than the towel. I find these work great. So something that we use as well. This is a lacrosse ball, and we discussed before, previous video, about doing massage for the muscles in the forearm in this area with a tennis ball. It's a lot softer than a lacrosse ball. And the tennis ball, or doing the scraping technique that we did, you can also do another technique where you grab onto the area that hurts, bring your hand up like this, and move down, holding on to the area or that is hurting, just like that. And as you're moving your arm down, you're pinning down the area as you go through the range of motion. That's one other massage technique. And again, we can also use this ball and just, you could put it You could put your arm on a pillow or just have it on your thigh or leg like this, and just providing the area with some massage, helping increase circulation to the area, helping with muscles that might be very tight to help reduce that tightness as well. The last thing I want to discuss is something I find really in my office as help patients is we have these little finger bands, and they're kind of like rubber bands, but they're a little bit wider than the thicker rubber bands. And what we do with these is put them on your fingers like this, and then stretching out the fingers and stabilizing the arm with your hand. And you can even start low with your hand like this, and then bring your fingers and your wrist up like that. And you really will feel these muscles working. So with these strengthening exercises, we're trying to strengthen the muscles in the forearm, in this area of the forearm with tennis elbow. And we're also trying to rehabilitate the muscles and tissue in the area that have been injured due to either repetitive injuries, micro injuries. It could be certain sports we're playing like tennis, or it could be using certain instruments that we're doing a lot of, and it's putting a lot of strain and stress on the tendon that inserts in on the lateral upper condyle in the elbow, or it could be due to trauma. But either way, these are some great strengthening exercises that I have given to my patients and help with tennis elbow. And again, like what I spoke about before, if the conditions are worsening, it's always wise to go and see a chiropractor, physical therapist, of course, your primary care provider as well. And if you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video, smash that like button. That's it for today, and have a great day.